Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Exawizard's first quarter financial result briefing. Our original speaker is our representative and director, President CEO Makoto Haruta. I, Yu Kunita, from the investor relation team, will be providing the English voiceover for his presentation. Before we begin, please note that the presentation materials are available on our official investor relation website, where you can also find other IR-related documents. Now let's begin. Thank you very much for gathering here today. I am Haruta, the representative and director and president and CEO. I would like to explain the financial results for the first quarter of the fiscal year ending March 2026, based on the presentation slide. There are various items included, but first, please turn to page 4, where you can find the executive summary. The main topic for this quarter, as shown here, is that the total sales for the first quarter were 2.446 billion yen, a 15.9% increase year-on-year. Operating profit was 144 million yen, an increase of 433 million yen year-on-year. As stated here, for the first time since our founding, we achieved profitability from the first quarter. This may be the most significant topic. The main reason, as I have mentioned before, is that the AI product business have been progressing smoothly. As stated here, Exabase's generative AI is performing well, and we have recently reached 100,000 users. The DX assessment and learning, which we call DIA, has also maintained the same level as the previous quarter, and overall, the AI product business is growing continuously. As a result, sales exceeded 1 billion yen, reaching 1.053 billion yen, a 99.1% increase year-on-year. Operating profit was 474 million yen, an increase of 525 million yen year-on-year. Although we were still in the red last year, this year we have generated a solid profit, growing at about twice the pace year-on-year. Before we get into details, the AI platform business, which we call AIP, we have changed the segment this time, and I will touch on this later. Similarly, we are aiming to create more and more products, but for this quarter, considering the change in business segment, sales were 1.456 billion yen, a 12.2% decrease year-on-year. On the other hand, operating profit was 311 million yen, a 25.2% increase year-on-year, resulting in decreased sales but increased profit. As you all know, the generative AI market is growing rapidly. Among generative AI, what we called AI agents are increasing featured in media reports, and there's a growing momentum among customers to introduce these agents. In this market environment, our company has formulated a new AI strategy. Broadly, it is divided into 3 plus 1. And as a customer-oriented strategy, we have established the following. First, as stated here, we will provide an AI agent construction and operation environment based on Exabase Studio. Second, we will develop and provide AI agent tailored to customer needs. Third, in order to introduce such AI agents, we will provide total support, including implementation support and human resource development to enable customers to fully utilize these agents. This is our plan for AI agent operation support. While promoting the 3 main pillars, there's another important point. Since our company is an AI company, we ourselves must utilize AI even more. Therefore, we're advocating for AI-driven management, actively promoting the use of AI, and aiming to further transform our company. With this, we intend to make a new proposal to our customers, and we have just started moving in this direction. I would like to touch on this later. Regarding the overall situation, the numbers are as shown here. The bar graph shows that sales always drop in the first quarter because of the seasonal changes. Comparing quarter over quarter, the first quarter sales are lower than the fourth quarter because the most projects end with the fiscal year. However, we still have to pay the cost, especially personnel costs, for the staff retained from the busy fourth quarter. As a result, the first quarter consistently posts significant loss every year. However, this time, although there is still some seasonality, the growth of our products and other factors have absorbed this, and as I mentioned earlier, we have been able to achieve solid profit even in the first quarter. As for the profit and loss figures, as I mentioned earlier, especially as shown in the point 2, AI product business has now become profitable as a whole segment, resulting in an improvement in the consolidated gross profit margin. At every stage, we have achieved profitability. Regarding the reportable segment, as I mentioned earlier, we are aiming to further accelerate the AI product business, dividing it into two main areas: promoting products and generating them. Specifically, we expect future growth in the areas such as exit-based role-playing, meeting summary, and care-related service like software as a medical device. We anticipate these will be included as product going forward, so we have reorganized the segment accordingly. Additionally, regarding Studium, which provides sales support, it was previously categorized as the other service business, but we now aim to position it more clearly as customer sales support and growth support. As a whole, we want to consolidate these as AI solution service business. The major change is that we have reorganized some internal elements to make the structure easier to understand, and thus, we have changed the segment this time. Based on this, I would like to briefly touch on our outlook of the future numbers. As I mentioned earlier, we are being quite cautious with the AI product business, but we aim to continue growing every year and target about a 67% increase in revenue this fiscal year. As for AI solution service, which I will discuss further, we are currently in the process of rapidly changing the business model. Rather than aggressively increasing numbers, we're focusing on strengthening relationship with customer, collaborating on site, and providing ongoing support. Therefore, we're not planning for significant sales growth at this moment. We are seeking qualitative change, and if we can achieve this during the current fiscal year, we expect it will continue into the next fiscal year and beyond, with further progress in the introduction of AI agents. In this context, we aim to create an environment that enables such initiatives and focus on supporting implementation and operation. Hoping this will also lead to increased numbers, we are committed to changing our approach accordingly. Regarding the segments, I would now like to provide a bit more details. When dividing into a product business and a solution service business, as mentioned earlier, the numbers are as follows. For AI product business, as I have repeatedly mentioned, sales were 1.053 billion yen, and operating profit was 474 million yen, resulting in an operating profit margin of over 45%. For a solution service business, sales were 1.456 billion yen, with a profit of 311 million yen, resulting in a profit margin of 21.4%, which is an improvement over the previous year. As I mentioned earlier, a product business have achieved approximately double the growth compared to the same last period. And gross profit has also improved. So as a business segment, I believe it is off to a very good start, and we would like to further expand it. As for a solution service business, we are currently reviewing the business model, but in the process, we have made steady progress in improving sales productivity and operating profit margin. Going forward, we aim to make this a department that generates new added value, and we are committed to doing so. Let me touch a bit more on a product business. As you can see here, the bar graph shows steady growth. This may be somewhat repetitive, but due to the seasonal factor, there has always been a downward trend in the sales for the previous year's fourth quarter to the current first quarter. However, for the product side as well, recurring revenue has been increasing. We achieved 1.053 billion yen, resulting in an increase in revenue compared to the previous quarter. Operating profit has remained at a very high level, contributing to these results. We have achieved this without heavy investment in advertising and promotion. Given our ample capacity and healthy profit margins, We see an opportunity to strategically increase marketing spend to expand our user base. We are planning to explore these growth initiatives while maintaining our strong financial performance. Regarding DIA, or Exabase DX assessment and learning, there has always been seasonality, but as shown in the second row here, we secured sales of 300 million yen. For CareWiz, by introducing new service in the nursing care field, sales reached 91 million yen, which is a 13.8% increase year on year. In other areas, we are shifting our long-standing products to generative AI, which has caused some decline in sales. However, we expect to record sales for new products such as Exabase Roleplay and Meeting Summary, and our policy of growing AI product business from the previous 1 billion yen remains unchanged. We're committed to achieving this number. More details on the product side, Exabase Generative AI has surpassed 100,000 users. Annual sales, or ARR, have reached the 2.6 billion yen scale. As you can see, both the number of organizations and users are increasing, but more notably, MRR is growing rapidly, as you can be seen in the graph. This indicates that actual utilization by customer has started to progress significantly. In our case, there are both fixed and usage-based billing components, and the usage-based portion has increased considerably. Data utilization is also advancing, and we can clearly see that our products are being used in the actual business operation. We aim to further enhance this by continuously introducing user-friendly features. While we want to increase usage-based billing, the foundation for this is the number of users we can onboard. Therefore, while pursuing usability, we will continue to focus on how to further increase the number of users. Regarding DIA, as I mentioned earlier about assessment, if you look at the far right, you can see the quarterly sales have tended to level off. It was common for sales to decline from the fourth quarter to the first quarter, but as you can see, this time we managed to hold steady. Currently, with the push of DX, the digital transformation, companies and are increasing adopting our products to understand and develop their human resources. Going forward, in addition to digitalization, companies are shifting towards seeking the utilization of AI itself. So we are currently revamping our product accordingly. We anticipate that our assessment service will evolve into tools for promoting AI adoption, and we are preparing for that. That concludes with overview of the product domain. Regarding the situation of our newly organized segment, AI solution service business, as mentioned earlier and as shown here, unfortunately, we record a year-on-year decrease. This is partly due to the seasonal fluctuation. In the previous fiscal year as well, there was a decrease from the fourth quarter to the first quarter, and this time too. So we see a decrease with the margin decline being slightly larger in my view. On the other hand, our operating profit increased for a simple reason. In the past, we kept staff through the fourth quarter to complete projects, but when the first quarter arrived, these same people had little work to do seasonal slowdown. The timing mismatch hurt our profit. We are paying full salaries but didn't have enough projects to keep everyone busy. Although, since the last fourth quarter, we have gotten a better managing our workforce and costs. This helped us run more efficiently in the first quarter with less waste, which protected our profit margin. However, it's not acceptable to remain in the negative as it is. In our recent discussion with customers, we are seeing a variety of new projects and receiving many inquiries. Among these, as I will touch on later, there has been significant increase in inquiries about how to utilize AI agents. We are also frequently asked to develop custom agents for clients. In this context, rather than simply developing agents, we would like to provide an environment where customer can use AI agents themselves on the stable and ongoing basis. As I will mention again later, we aim to further develop service centered on the introduction and operation of AI agents through our Exabase Studio. If we can achieve this, I believe we can steer the business back toward renewed growth. Listening to our customer, I do not believe this is a business that will shrink in this way. We are currently reviewing and improving our operations, and I hope to deliver tangible results from these efforts. That conducts my report on the first quarter financial results. As I mentioned earlier, I would like to provide an update on our current business environment. This is the most significant point. We are truly experiencing an substantial improvement in the business environment, with the market expanding rapidly. Various forecasts and figures have been released, and while I do not intend to comment on the specific of those numbers, we can clearly see the situation of our customer. In this sense, we can feel that practical and everyday use of promotion of these solutions. Although the adoption of agents is still limited, we are seeing the initial stage of their use, and I strongly feel that many companies are seriously considering implementing them in their operations. With the emergence of AI products, we have been promoting their use, and as a result, about half of the companies are now using them in the daily operations. On the other hand, when it comes to the depth of use, there is a significant variation. As the AI products are introduced, things are changing in various ways, but the extent of use still depends on the skills and know-how of the users. However, what does it mean of these to become agents? If we define agents simply as something that does work on behalf of people, in other words, as a suitable for human labor, the current movement is to make them usable by anyone, whether usage depends on the user or inaccessible to anyone, and whether the tasks performed are simple operations or actual business process. This represents a significant qualitative change in our view. How much of this major qualitative change we can incorporate into our service and present to our customer will be the source of our competitive advantage. As I mentioned in the beginning, and to summarize with more details, we are focusing on the three main points of our customer and our one for our company. To repeat, the first is to provide an environment for building and operating AI agent. The second is to develop AI agent based on customer needs and deliver agents that customer can use. The third point is that we aim to create an environment and foster people so that our customers themselves can build AI agents. We will prepare the environment, provide agents to what we operate, and also enable customers to create and buy their own agents. This is something we would like to pursue thoroughly. As for the agents we provide to customer, as one example, we plan to release tools that can be used internally within our company. As stated in the fourth point, we have discussed the use of AI within the company. In other words, AI-driven management. By actively measuring and implementing this, we believe we will be able to process more solutions to our customers. We also want to provide customer with lean operational models and approaches that can respond to risk. Although I will not go into details this time, we intend to further deepen these initiatives individually. To give more examples, firstly, regarding the provision of environments for building and operating agents, this will mainly revolve around the Exabase Studio. Currently, we are offering AI agent package to our customer, and by using the templates provided, customer can immediately deploy working agent. Furthermore, it's not limited to our own company. We are also working to enable integration with third-party service and AI models using the other LLMs. Since this Exhibit Studio is designed to provide a production-ready environment, it is not to have to be limited to our internal service. We can connect in a way that is easy for customer to use, and we plan to continue providing such operational environment centered on the Exhibit Studio. From the perspective of building agents, as we have already announced, we have formed a business alliance with NTT Docomo Business. We have started by providing 20 types of agents specialized for business operation, and we are preparing to expand this to 200 types. Among the actual agents, there will be a range from workflow types agents to fully autonomous agents. We are considering what we should be doing as a company as well as responding to specific customer needs by providing agents that can be used more generally. We plan to continue offering these and strive to create even better solutions. Additionally, as announced, many large enterprise customers use RPA to automate routine tasks. However, these systems struggle to adopt when rules change. By incorporating AI into this, we believe a new form of RPA can be created, making it easier to automate various tasks. We are currently preparing a service under the concept of Exabase Automate for Anyone and have already received applications from over 100 companies. We have started providing actual working solution. As a concrete example, many large enterprises use Salesforce, and we have been making various proposals on how to utilize Salesforce more effectively. We are also conducting POCs in some cases. In terms of integration with RPA, for example, there are initiatives to easily record household accounts without manual input. By adding AI to these existing RPA solutions, we are working to them make them more user-friendly and are currently preparing for this. Regarding the third point, operational support, we will start with the initial training to raise the knowledge level and as a result, promote internalization. This involves setting up environments that customer can use and creating concrete AI agents. We would like to provide hands-on support for these initiatives. As I mentioned previously, our goal is to become an AI agent service company, and I believe this is a core part of that. We're committed to providing environments and solutions that customer can actually use with particular focus on education. Recently, companies increasing need talent development of DX and AI transformation, especially in education and training. We're already handling many individual cases and have planned to turn these into standard products and service. As shown on the right, we're conducting thorough assessments and combining these results with client data to create new HR management solutions. This approach helps companies define what AI talent means for them, design organizations where these people can thrive, and identify who should fill these roles. We'll also support their development planning. To advance this further, we're preparing training program as a part of the offerings. Our ultimate goal is to enable employees to create their own agents and work alongside them. Lastly, regarding our AI-driven management, we are actively promoting the use of AI agent within our company. At present, we have achieved an average reduction of about 40,000 hours, and the most progress has been made in the areas related to the coding with delivery. Compared to the past, we have been able to significantly reduce the number of engineering man hours, which means productivity has improved. In addition, we are using AI agents for tasks such as creating sales proposal and other roles like those listed here. Going forward, we plan to introduce agents into more and more business operations to further reduce posts, allowing people to focus on the tasks that truly requires human attention. Specifically, while setting the direction we originally intend, we have established a department to promote this initiative, and we are starting to set KPIs to drive this management approach. By monitoring these, we believe we can reflect the necessary human resource development and recruitment plans, such as what kind of people we should hire. We hope to establish a 1 year cycle of these initiatives, and once we achieve results internally, we plan to offer them externally to our clients as well. As you can see, there are many things we need to do right now, and we keep implementing them both internally and externally. The business environment is actually much better than we expected, with strong customer demand. Within this context, we're prioritizing what we can do and we should aim for. As for our current numbers, we are working toward the sales and profit levels I mentioned earlier. Looking at the first quarter results, I don't think these targets are unattainable, but we do need to achieve these levels of sales and profit. The most important thing is how we perceive the major change brought by AI agent. We want to do what we need to be done, and as you know, with the rapid technology changes, a different competitive environment is emerging, so we need to be flexible and responsive. Therefore, while we may not be able to stick to our current plans exactly as they are, we will continue to do what needs to be done and ensure that we deliver our promise, especially in terms of the numbers. That concludes my brief explanation of this financial result presentation. Thank you very much for listening today, and please stay tuned for the next quarter.